The culmination of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe thus far premiered Monday, April 23rd in Los Angeles. Those lucky enough to attend the momentous first global screening of Avengers: Infinity War have taken to social media to spill their spoiler-free thoughts on the biggest cinematic event of the decade. Entertainment Weekly's Anthony Breznican reacted to Infinity War using only a string of cryptic emojis, while Emmy-winning journalist Kelly L. Carter simply tweeted, "I am shook." But others had more tantalizing things to say about the film. Most reactions have been positive thus far, noting both the humor and the heart of Infinity War. But some have taken special care to point out the bigger flaws, particularly how the film can feel exhausting or frustrating at times. The playlist's Rodrigo Perez calls the film stress-inducing, full of dread, darker than usual, yet funny as hell and super entertaining. Sure, it's a punch fest, yeah, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, especially the dynamics of all these disparate team-ups. Let's see a Thor and Rocket Raccoon buddy comedy spin-off. Cinema Blend editor Eric Eisenberg felt much the same, tweeting, "Holy hell, Avengers: Infinity War is the real deal." Was left breathless sitting in the theater. Real consequences, stunning moments, awesome character interaction, and some big and often devastating surprises. I will add that its pacing is kind of a different beast, just because there are so many plates spinning. Excited to see it again, just knowing how the story unfolds. Mike Ryan of Uprocks wrote on Twitter that the film feels like the epic opening of a two-part film. Avengers: Infinity War has like 10 legit chill-down-the-spine great moments, but it's for sure the first half of a two-part movie, and I left a little unsatisfied, frustrated, maybe by design. At least that's how I feel right now, 3 hours later. The Verge's Tasha Robinson noted that Civil War fans should be thrilled, but Avengers: Infinity War is basically Captain America: Civil War times 20, except with less hero-on-hero fighting. I think people who loved the airport fight in Civil War like I did will go nuts for this film, and people who were bored will be 20 times as bored here. Bilg Abiri of The Village Voice shared that sentiment, writing, "Infinity War is exhausting. Exhausting. It all just turned into noise for me after a while." However, Abiri did state the amazing ending almost made up for the rest of it, and that Thanos is a good, sad villain. So it appears even the not-so-great parts of Infinity War can be balanced with the insanely satisfying ones. But rest assured, plenty of reactions have been completely celebratory. Take Joshua Yell of IGN Comics, who wrote that Avengers: Infinity War left him laughing, screaming, or crying the entire way through, stunned as the credits rolled, speechless and sobbing. Or consider People editor Nigel M. Smith's more subdued reaction. Avengers: Infinity War is my second fave Marvel movie after Black Panther. The superhero interplay is hilarious and surprising at every turn. The action is monumental, and there are actual stakes this time around. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige is not f***ing around with this one. Or maybe Collider editor-in-chief Steven Weintraub's words will resonate most. Jaw on ground. You are not ready for Avengers: Infinity War. All you have to know is avoid all spoilers. Seriously, go in knowing as little as possible. The Russo brothers did the impossible. Wow. Overall, it seems people are really enjoying Avengers: Infinity War, even if it didn't hit every mark they hoped it would, and that the consensus is that the film is massive and moving, sometimes silly, and always surprising, and unlike anything we've ever seen in the MCU before. Fans can formulate their own opinions when Avengers: Infinity War arrives in theaters Friday, April 27th. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.